Rosie, how was the camp?
G'day, mate. The camp was pretty good, thank you. Yeah,
I'm Canadian. Do I classify as a mate?
yeah, you do now. Yeah.
Just make sure. Yeah, we're recording. We're good. We're good.
Sweet.
How was it? How'd you feel? I mean, I know you've been circling around. You have a contract already, but you wanted to be here at the camp anyways to show your skills a little bit more and hopefully get booked. I know it means a lot for you to be here. Talk to me about what it felt like.
I was really grateful for the... Wait, I'm so sorry. Should I look at you or the camera?
Whatever you want.
Let me look at you.
Sure.
Your beautiful face. Have you been slapped before? Would you like to experience
I've
that?
never. No. You can't pay me enough to get slapped.
And we learnt today that we're not to slap people. So for anyone who comes up to me in the future, I've already slapped a few people, but from now on, contractually, I don't want to disappoint my bosses, and I will not be slapping people unless it's with Power Slap. So anyone on Power Slap will get an exclusive slap. Today, honestly, I'm really grateful I got to come along today because there were so many details about the rules, so many questions I had that I was able to ask, and I'm really grateful to all the coaches and all the people who were there. Yeah, it was like we had an official there from the Nevada Commission, and in Australia, all the sports I've done have never had such a commission, and they're pretty strict, and there are things you need to know, and it was really helpful.
Yeah. Were you surprised? Was there more to this sport than you thought originally?
Definitely. Before I ever had any experience or exposure to Power Slap, I guess you do assume that it's just going up and slapping people. I think the most surprising aspects people wouldn't be aware about would be the box. You have to have your feet in the box. You cannot move your feet. So when people go to give a powerful slap, their instinct is to really talk up, like in boxing, we do that, and then twisting of the feet, but you can't twist or move. So when you do it that way, a proper power slap, it takes a while to generate the same power with the technique and the specifications of the rule set. So there's a lot, you could have someone who is a great athlete who could get DQ'd pretty quickly.
I mean, the women's division, we've seen many matches. We've seen matches happen at 15, 25, 35, 45, seen matches at 65 even. Where do you kind of think you're going to fit in, and what's the ideal weight for you?
So the ideal route for me that I would like to travel down would be to start at 155. I did a really successful first weight cut. Thank you to Mother Suddens of New Zealand, my New Zealand auntie, Gloria, who helped me with that. And she's over with the team at City Kickboxing. And I dropped 16 pounds in 6 days, I believe. Yeah, and that was for arm wrestling. My point being, I realised I can actually cut weight pretty well. I also took some advice from my Georgian friends, which was to not eat or drink for 48 hours. And that really worked for me. And I was able to do it. So with that in mind, I know that I'm always going to be able to drop that weight. It's not going to be easy. It's always going to be hard, but it is something I'm capable of doing. I would like to go 155 to begin. If it's anywhere in the next 3 months, I would like to go 155. After that, I'd like to go 145. And then, the lightest, I love being strong. I have a lot of muscle. I really couldn't maintaining my muscle. I could not compete any lighter than bantamweight. So I wouldn't be looking to do that because I personally love how I feel in my body, and I don't want to lose the muscle that after 12 years in sport, I don't want to lose. It takes a while, especially as a woman, to gain muscle. It would be a real shame, I think, to throw that away. I think one of my natural, everyone has different abilities, like my endurance is great, but my strength is one of my biggest strengths, so I'd hate to throw that away just to cut a lower weight class.
For sure. Was there anyone in Power Slap that you'd like to slap?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, I got lots of time. The list could be long if you want.
Okay, you do? Okay, good, because I'm going to have to really think about that. I did have an answer once, I remember. Is there anyone in Power Slap that I would like to slap? Look, I've got to be real. Apologise to anyone. It's just that I have a bit of a moral conflict, you might say, a moral objection to OnlyFans. And I would be happy to slap anyone who has OnlyFans. I'm sorry. It's just how I am. And so I think I would have a bit of extra, for me, it's hard to slap a friend. I wouldn't compete against a friend. It's quite difficult because I got teammates who do this. But I couldn't slap someone who I like. Like I had a recent fight. It was like a fun fight with this influencer, Frankie LaPena. And I'd watched his videos and I thought he was a funny guy, and it took me, it was really hard for me to professionally fight him.
You were fighting guys? What league is this?
Yes, I competed in a 5-woman versus 1-man match.
Okay, explain more. Was this in like Russia or is this here in America?
It was here in America. It was in Seattle at the Scrapyard, which is like a street fighting cage. It's like a cage in someone's backyard pretty much, but it attracts about, 30 fights a month. And I'm currently 3-0 in the Scrapyard. I usually do boxing.
So does that count 5 versus 1? You count that in your 3-0 record? Like, did you take the win in that one? Did 5 women beat a guy or what?
We did take the win, so I could potentially add it to my record. I'd have to speak to the head of the Scrapyard for that one. Go ahead.
So how did this male feel getting beat by 5 women? I need to know this.
Well, I was very impressed with him because in the beginning, he took I got quite a few good body shots, and one of my teammates got some really strong headshots, and then you had the other girls who didn't have as much experience or muscle behind them who were just pummeling him. And he was down on the ground, and I really thought he wouldn't get back up. So how did he feel about it? He was hurt, but it impressed me that an influencer with no fight training got back up, and he didn't just get back up then. He got back up in the second round, the third round, and he actually completed the fight. I would have expected him to tap out. So I do think he was successful, or like he could stand up and be like, I kept going. I do think if you were there, you would have seen the pain inflicted.
I'm in Vancouver, Canada, so I'm 2 hours away. So next time you're up in Seattle and you're doing 5 versus 1, you have to invite me. Is that all right?
I could have invited you. I would have loved to have had you there, and I would love to give a shout out to Chris and Kathy, who were my American friends who supported me. They came all the way out and gave me a bit of advice. But from a fight perspective, it was a bit more complicated than I expected because, coming from my boxing background, I wanted to be really professional about it. But then like one of my teammates would jump in, and I'm like, whoa. I'm going to try. And his tactic was pretty smart. He in the end, what he ended up doing in the third round was sprinting from one side to the other side. And at first, I watched the Scrapyard footage and I thought, oh, geez, it doesn't look like I'm really, I landed a few really good clean shots and then I got out of the way. It doesn't look like I'm doing much. But when I watched his channel, you could see everything.
Amazing, amazing. Why should Justin book you for a fight?
Because the first thing that comes to mind is actually that I'm a bit different. I'm a little bit crazy. Why should Justin book me for a fight? Oh, number one, get Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Number one would be let me represent all the Australian ladies. We did have an Australian I had the opportunity to see, but I would love to be the first Australian. I have my Italian and Polish heritage, and it means a lot. The biggest driver for me in everything is to actually try and use my platform to create a positive difference. And I'd love to be able to, that is why I do what I do. One day when I get to the top, when I'm there, I'm going to share my story. So every single person who's walked in my shoes has someone to look up to. That's what I really want to achieve out of it. I want to be a world champion. I would love to be an Olympian, but I really, 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 really want a belt.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you in Power Slap. Take care.
Thanks so much. Let's go.